Good. Just want to give a shout out first to everybody that was affected by what was going on today, weather-wise. Hope everybody's fine and everybody gets their lights back on very fast and swiftly. Just wanted to start off by saying that.
How much does that impact you guys here in trying to get ready today and everything?
It's all about the way you look at it. I don't think it's impacted us, as much. We still got to come in. We still got to install. The Cardinals aren't making any excuses, so we can't make an excuse for ourselves. So, we still got our install in, and we still were able to walk through and now go out there to practice.
When you look back at Sunday's game, what impressed you most about our offense?
How we were able to move the ball downfield, and when the team needed us to score, we did it, and then especially the defense really came over some big stops for us to be able to get the ball back and score when we needed to.
Also, there was only 4 penalties that were accepted. What do you attribute that to?
I think just the emphasis that we've put on it the past couple weeks. We've been one of the top penalized teams in the league, so Coach Grubb, Coach Mike, and AD have put a big emphasis on not drawing penalties at practice, which may translate to the game.
DK, how big did that one feel for you guys, just generally? The fact that you got him in a while, where you guys have been up the stretch you've been on here. How did you guys kind of feel after that?
We felt good about ourselves because, like you said, man, it's been 6 games since we've been able to beat them. So felt good, but now on to the next and on to Arizona right now and take it in one game at a time.
What have you learned over the years going up against Lumen Field and how to prepare for it?
You really can't prepare for a guy like that because his engine never stops. He's always going to be around the ball. He's always going to, affect the game with just his play effort and play style. So, he's a great player, been a staple in this league for a long time. So, just got to try to minimize, his playmaking ability as much as we can on offense.
What is able to bring to this offense?
Type of toughness, to the right side of the ball. Ever since he came into the league, he's been one of the best tackles, in my opinion, just by the way he carries himself and, just by, how he plays the game. I think he plays it the right way and plays it with a type of aggression that, O-lineman needs.
Does that kind of rub off on everybody when he's out there?
Whenever you have one of your brothers out there playing hard or going hard and, trying to pancake somebody, of course it feeds off into the other players and other positions on the field.
From your experience, when you have a game like last week and you come back in the way that you did against a team that had beat you for the last 3 years or so, what can that do overall for a team going forward in the middle of the season?
It can just spark something that you've been looking for this whole year. I know we started off very hot with the first 3 games, but when adversity hit, it's all about how you respond. I think we responded the right way. It's going to carry us throughout the rest of the season.
When you look at Arizona, I don't think they've given up a touchdown in the last 3 games. So what is either the easiest or the quickest way to take the wind out of the sails for the defense?
Not compare ourselves to any other teams that they've played because they haven't faced the Seahawks team this year. So just go out there and just be us, and they have to stop us and not vice versa.
How did you see Olu sort of handle last week and obviously taking over the leadership role center?
Yes, he stepped in and filled the gap that we were looking for. As soon as Connor stepped down, Olu was ready to step in. He's very communicated. He communicated very well throughout practice. I think that was just the biggest thing that he did that translated over into the game and made everybody's job easy.
Julian's a guy that might not get a lot of national playing, but very consistent. You've gone up against him in practice. You see what he can do out there. What do you notice from him?
I think he's a great leader that, like you say, he doesn't get as much credit as he should or needs to. But, J Love has been one of the best guys in this league since we both got drafted together. Me, him, and Noah were actually at a Rivals football camp. We were all 3 in high school. He sent us a clip. I cooked his ass, but, just to let y'all know. But, no, he's a great dude, and glad he's on our team instead of just playing him against the Giants our first couple years.
You've been here for a lot of big home wins, and obviously Lumen has that reputation, and it's been a tough stretch recently. But when that place is really going, how much does that matter for you guys, you feel like?
We feed off of them. I think they put up a stat every time a team gets a false start in that stadium, and just trying to keep that number going up. And we feed off of their energy, their loudness when we're on defense and when we're on offense. Every time we put the ball in the end zone or put points on the board, they're cheering. So like I was saying, man, we feed off of their energy in the stadium.
Last week you mentioned some veterans you still keep in touch with, Russ, Wondre. What did those guys, maybe Dwayne as well, teach you just about how you should approach the game?
they taught me, well, first off, when I first got in the league, DB and Russ were all about, health and taking care of your body for the longevity. That's what I got from them. Bobby, just approaching the game consistently every day, and Quandre, just having fun every day at work. And what I've learned from all three of those guys, don't take this for granted, because you could be here one day and gone the next. So make the most of your opportunities anytime you're out there.
On the other side of that, you're one of the vets who's been around longer now. There's a bunch of guys that the last few years that got drafted who are playing big role now. How have you seen the young guys kind of come up and form a base of this team?
Yes, sir. Well, I think it was 2 years ago when we drafted, Ken Walker's class. Those guys really just stepped in, and like you said, stepped in and played big roles for our offense. We're still leaning on those guys to continue to do that. They're just great players. They came in ready to work, and I think it's very rare that you find a group of guys in the same draft class like that who've come in and are ready to play immediately. So just hats off to John and everybody who drafted those guys, and another hats off to them for stepping in and filling those roles that we needed.
Do you guys have a number of game-winning drives in the fourth quarter the last couple of years? What do you think it is about Gino that makes him really adept at that?
I think whenever we need to put the ball in the end zone, everybody's attention to detail goes up, and we know what's at risk and we know what's at stake. So we just cut down on our mistakes and just run our job, and do our job and run the best routes that we can, and block our butts off so Gino can make the right read, or we can run the ball and put it in the end zone.
Do you pay attention to other draft classes? And I'm thinking about like Marvin Harrison in this year's draft class, and kind of what he has done. Do you pay attention to any of these?
I do have favorite players coming up in each draft class, and he was one of my favorite players coming up. Him, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas. So I keep track of a lot of the receivers.
Why? It has to take a lot to get on your radar.
No, I'm just probably just looking, watching NFL Network, and that's all they talk about during the off season is the upcoming draft class. So I just do my homework on him.
Yeah, but why do you like Harrison's game? Why does he stand out?
He was just anytime I saw a route from him, it was always very detailed, and he was already like NFL ready in college. Same with Jax, same with Malik Neighbors. They're all just playmakers, dogs. You can stick them in any system, and they're gonna get theirs.
The coaching staff you had starting your career was every week's a championship opportunity. Treated every game the same. This coaching staff, Mike McDonald just told us this is a playoff game in November coming up. Do you like that? Is that how you guys think anyway, or how different that is?
There's many ways to skin a cat. You can have a different approach, but the same message. Every game is a big opportunity to get better. You have to win every game in this league, and if you want to, go far and make it in the playoffs. But with his message right now, it is a championship week. It is a playoff game that we have to win, or if we don't, we may be sitting at home in January. So everybody has the right approach. There's no wrong way to do it, but that's just his way of getting the best out of his players right now.
Have you watched a lot of Jackson before you guys drafted him?
No, I didn't. I just watched the Rose Bowl game that he had. That was it.
Did you go back to anything else after you guys had drafted him?
That was all I need to see. About 300 yards and 6 touchdowns was all I need to see from him.
He's often described as like a really natural player. I think you might have used that term before too. What does that mean?
Him, AJ, and another player I went to college with, Braylon Sanders. They just have natural hands, so they don't fight the ball when it tries to come to them. They just let it fall into their hands. I think that's just a very difficult skill that you have to master, and they've done a great job at mastering him. And he's a natural route runner. Locke is like that, and him and Locke are very similar in the way that they get open and manipulate the DB, to set something up for down the road. So I think they're just great receivers in my opinion.
Something about maybe Jackson's habits or how he approaches the game that allows him to have some of the success he's having?
I think this may sound bad, but his nonchalantness. So he knows that he's going to get open. He knows what he can do. He knows his ability anytime he lines up on the field. So to a coach, it may be nonchalant, or to a player, but since I know him, I'm in the room with him, that's just how he plays the game, very, loose, and all right, I'm going to just be me out there. And I think that's the best way to approach it, is just be yourself and, let the chips fall where they may.
What does it take for a receiver to be really good in extended play situations? You can get a couple of those, a couple of catches like that.
Well, I had to learn from Locke and Russ when I got here. If you don't get the ball off the rip, just find open space and just take off the running. That's what Locke told me to do, and I've been following that ever since.
What do you see from Jackson?
Oh, he just finds the open zone. So when a defense is playing zone, he knows exactly where the holes are in their defense, and he can just find the hole and sit in their paws.
Anything else, guys?
Thank you guys.
Yep.